welcome here, just the way you are. No more hiding tears, no more covering scars. You are welcome, holy welcome. You are welcome here, just the way you want to be. Bring your deepest hopes and all your wildest dreams. You are welcome, holy welcome, holy welcome.
Hi, I'm Sue Fulmer. I'm a practitioner in training at the Center for Spiritual Living, St. George. It's my privilege today to lead you in meditation. Let's begin by sitting in a comfortable spot with your arms by your sides and with your eyes closed. Take a deep cleansing breath. In. Again. Inhale. Release it and relax. We're first going to do a scan of the entire body from top to bottom as a way of getting centered. This is a reminder that you can be at home and relax in your body. To begin with, feel your feet on the floor. Feel the chair underneath you supporting your weight. Relax and allow yourself to be supported. Take your attention to the top of your head. Allow relaxation to flow down to your shoulders. Down your front and back torso. Through the abdomen. Down each of your arms, elbows, wrists, hands and fingers. Now go to the legs. Relax down each leg and out the feet and toes. Take another deep cleansing breath. Now relax as you listen to my voice. You may want to concentrate on the words, or you may go off on your own to meditate in your own private way. My friend Denise Palmer has written the book, Coffee with the Divine. In it, she tells of her study of A Course in Miracles and her practice application of the daily lessons. I would like us to contemplate her message in our meditation today. Imagine moving yourself through life in peace and joy. In the center of your being, repeat, "My heart is beating in peace." My heart is beating in peace. Each heartbeat is bringing peace. Each heartbeat is bringing peace. Each breath is infusing me with strength. Each breath is infusing me with strength. I am strong. Now envision a garden with a beautiful waterfall and a flowing creek. In the garden, see blooming flowers. Pink, red, blue, purple, and white. See the colors. Smell the fragrance. Know that all this beauty in the garden, all this peace is one creation with you. It is a day of grace. This is a day of grace. Everyone you meet expands your joy. Peace is living and breathing in you. In each heartbeat. In everything you say and do. Every flower, every bird, even the breeze is blessing you with holiness, and you bless all creation. Every flower, every bird, even the breeze is blessing you with holiness, and you bless all creation. I am a messenger of light. I am directed and sustained in love. I am held forever quiet and at peace with loving arms. I am a messenger of light, directed and sustained in love, and held forever quiet and at peace within loving arms. Come back slowly. Open your eyes. Wiggle your legs and toes. Stretch your shoulders. Know that you can return to this peaceful garden whenever you want and find stillness and peace. Thank you for sharing in our meditation experience today. Service will begin soon. Namaste.
You are welcome here, just the way you are. No more hiding tears, no more covering scars. You are welcome, wholly welcome. You are welcome here, just the to be. Bring your deepest hopes and all your wildest dreams. You are welcome. Holy welcome. Holy welcome.
Good morning, Centers for Spiritual Living St. George. Friends, family, we are so glad that you're with us today. You're in for a treat. It's going to be a spectacular service. We are an open, loving, and inclusive community that supports thinking creatively and living a deeply spiritual life. We have an incredible lineup for you today. We've got Chris teching in the background. Sue just did that beautiful meditation and is also doing our sacred reading today. I'm your host, Cheryl Barlow, and Anita Chef is going to do our invocation. And look at this. We have Denise Rosier bringing the message and the music today, and it's just going to be phenomenal. Denise is an award-winning singer, songwriter, producer, and recording artist. Her songs have been released on 5 solo studio albums, numerous compilation albums, and licensed for television. She released her first album in 2001. From there, her music has taken her to audiences around the globe. In addition to winning 5 Positive Music Awards, Denise is the first artist to successfully introduce New Thought music to the larger inspirational music audience by winning 2 nominations for Best Inspirational Album at the Independent Music Awards in 2016 and 2019. Denise's concerts, music, and message programs and enriching workshops are all a part of her passion to help people come to an understanding of one another through music, conversation, and their oneness in the divine. And that is a lot of words, but guess what? Now you get to hear her sing. So welcome, Denise. We are thrilled to have you with us today.
Oh, thank you so much. And it is fantastic to be here with you in St. George. So welcome, everybody. And I just want to invite you to sing with me, because we know that where 2 or more are gathered, Spirit is definitely in that place.
We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. Yes. And we have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm all life as sacred. We declare that peace is here. Yeah. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Let's sing it together. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Ooh. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Spirit is in this place. Welcome to Sunday morning, everybody.
Hello. Hello, I'm Anita Chef. Please join me in a moment of prayer to open our service. So as we breathe together, we celebrate the recognition that Spirit is truly in this place. What a glorious way to become centered and to focus our intention on that one Spirit of the divine that is everywhere, equally present at all times. For God is all there is. It is in the mountains. It's in every grain of sand. It's in every creature that walks or crawls or flies across the earth. And that thing that I know as God is the very heart of me and every person. And so as we join together in this service today, we operate from that one mind of God. And I know that there is something in this service today that touches each and every person who hears in a very unique and special way, individual to each person, because God is the center of every person. And every need is met. And it is done joyfully and intentionally and consciously as we give ourselves to this service today. We fully engage, we participate in joy and love, and we let the love and the light of the divine radiate through us. We celebrate this coming together. I know that it is joyful, it is good, and I am so grateful for this opportunity. I'm so grateful for the difference in lives that are created by this coming together. And so I simply let this be, knowing that all is well, that God is good, God is life. And so we say together, and so it is.
I am made of the light that hung the stars in the night, a perfect thought since time began. I am one with the love that's holding all of us. Its power in my hands. I am I am called by the voice that speaks of truth and joy. Forever blessed where I stand. I am. I am. I am. I am. I am.
I am. I am Sue Fulmer. I'm back with you to read our sacred covenant. And Spirit is surely in this place. Spirit is in our search for a new minister. And Spirit is in our search for a new location and home for us to start meeting together again. So make that intention with me as we read the sacred covenant together. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. In knowing that I am one with this life, I know that I am one with all of its blessed expressions, which include the presence of a new minister for my beloved spiritual community. Because I know that the highest purpose of my new minister is to express God, I therefore know that my new minister reveals wholeness. I further know that my new minister is the fulfillment of that which we believe. For it is written by Ernest Holmes, "Let us learn to draw the divine substance down into our own lives, and as freely as has been given to us, let us give it to others. Thus alone shall we be made whole." As I stand in agreement with my beloved community, I see my new minister revealed before me as growing the center in joy and prosperity. I now intend to experience my new minister in full cooperation and agreement with my community, knowing the truth about myself. For as I stand, I live the presence and law of God. I demonstrate wisdom through a mature understanding of the wholeness of life. I am accountable and willing to take responsibility for my actions. I participate in and support the nurturance and guidance of the community. I act from wholeness and congruence in thought, word, and action. I walk the talk. Express your own personal truth. I embrace. I now accept the highest expression of a new minister into my life, knowing that they are revealed in a way that expresses God and serves the highest and the greatest good for all who are touched by their presence. I am grateful, and so it is. Amen.
And so it is. Amen. Thank you so much, Sue. Thank you, Anita, for that beautiful invocation. So this month's theme is going further together. And today's talk is crossing your Niagara Falls. And as you already know, Denise Rosier is our music and message presenter today. So we're going to bring Denise back in. There she is.
There I am.
Welcome back, Denise. And we are super excited to hear from you today. So we'll just hand it over to you. Take it away.
All right, great. I'm going to open this up with a song.
When a step seems too hard to take, every turn feels like a big mistake. It makes you want to close your eyes and hide. Trust yourself, even if you're scared. Don't give up, don't give in to fear. All the strength you seek, you'll find inside. Open up, spread your wings and rise above. The clouds in your mind that blind you to who you really are. Don't waste your time. No one else can live your life. Open up to what you've known all the time. You are more than you are. You are more than you are. Speak your mind, make a statement. Don't hide yourself out in the open. Step into the spotlight and shine. Be the change, fall like a domino, a chain reaction that sets the world aglow. Be amazed at how it falls in line. Open up, spread your wings and rise above. The clouds in your mind that blind you to who you really are. Don't waste your time. No one else can live your life. Open up to what you've known all the time. Round and round and round we go, we don't fall down. More than flesh and bone, we're heart and soul, light and miracles. You are more than you are. You are more than you are. You are. Open up, spread your wings and rise above. The clouds in your mind that blind you to who you really are. Don't waste your time. No one else can live your life. So open up to what you've known all the time. And you've known all the time. You are more than you are. You are more than you are. You are more than you are.
And with that, I just want to welcome you all to Sunday morning. It is so exciting to be here with you. This is our first time together, so it's just really cool to be there with you in St. George, Utah, and to have you here with me in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Why don't we say our affirmation together first this morning? And if you could just put that up for us. And our affirmation is, be strong. Our affirmation is, I am strong and courageous. Wherever I am, God is. Let's say that again together. I am strong and courageous. Wherever I am, God is. And when we're talking about going further together, that we as a group are strong when we're together. Each one of us individually are also strong as we add to that group. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the very first guy that wanted to cross Niagara Falls back in the 1800s. And the reason why I love this story is because each of us have our own version of Niagara Falls that we have to cross. And when I first wrote this talk. It was back for a service. It was going to be a New Year's Eve service in 2020. And I couldn't wait to do this talk because back in 1983, when Blade Runner came out, it took place as the years were rolling into 2020. And I thought, man, what is the world going to be like in 2020 when that New Year's Eve? What will I look like? Where will I be? What will I be doing? And so it was cool to realize that there weren't any robot cars flying in the air, but I was going to be here in Colorado giving a talk that day. And the talk was going to be titled Strong and Courageous. And as 2020 started to roll forward, I had no idea what that was going to mean and what being strong and courageous was going to end up meaning to me. But this whole last year and a half has really called all of us to go forward bravely and encourage. And it's the same for you in your community as you get together and you show up together as a community every week, knowing that the right and perfect minister is going to be part of your community. And you've had to bravely go forward every week, knowing that that was going to be true for you as the year rolled forward. And so I just want to recognize that for you and for me, that we are strong and courageous people. And I know that as every time I go through something that is difficult or just requires me to, just be a little bit braver every day, I used to rely on these scripture verses, and one of them was Romans 8:28, that all things work for the good, or Romans 8:31, that if God is for us, who could be against us? What can stand against us? And I would just kind of hold on to that, and then I would move forward. And then I remembered this other scripture, and it was Joshua 1:9. And in Joshua 1:9, it says, "Be strong and courageous. Don't be discouraged, because wherever you are, God is." And I really started to lean on that a little bit stronger, remembering that God isn't sitting up in the bleachers somewhere going, "Go for it. I'm behind you all the way. I am for you," as you just move forward on your own. Wherever you are, God is. It's not that, there is this single set of footprints going across the sand on the beach because God is carrying you in all of your weakness all the way through. There's a single set of footprints because the footprints of God are your footprints. And even where you're sitting right now, when you get up from your seat, that little indentation in the seat, that's God's indentation. That's your butt that was sitting there in that chair. And so I just want to share this story with you that I just loved. I found it from the Smithsonian, and it is about the very first guy that wanted to cross Niagara Falls. It took place in the 1800s, and I love the 1800s. And except for some sketchy food safety laws and some questionable hygiene practices, I would love to go back there because it was such an exciting time. In the late 1800s, the light bulb had been invented. The electric motor was coming. Motion pictures and cars. And P.T. Barnum was going across the country doing these fantastical shows and acts. So everybody, the world was just alive at that time with new inventions and new discoveries, and people were looking for exciting forms of entertainment. And one of those was daredevils that kind of came around. And Charles Blondin was a French acrobat. And he wanted to come to the United States, and he wanted to be the very first guy to cross Niagara Falls on a tightrope. And so let me just give you a little bit of background about how that worked then and how it works now. So today, if you were going to cross Niagara Falls on a tightrope, what they would do is they would take a steel cable, and it would be about 3 inches around, and it would not move. And one side would be on the United States, and the other side would reach over to Canada. And it would be so taut and tight that it would be very steady as you started to walk across it. And if you were starting to move across and you were starting to feel a little wobbly or something was starting to go awry, you would take a clip that was attached to your hip and you would just clip it onto the cable, and a helicopter would come and pick you up. So helicopters were not invented at the time that Charles Blondin was going to do this fantastical feat. And what he did was he would have a hemp rope that was about 2 or 3 inches in diameter. And being from Colorado, I think it's hilarious that it was made out of hemp. But he would take this hemp rope, and one side would be on the cliffs in the United States. The other side, of course, would reach over to Canada. But as the wind blew, it could get a little wobbly. So what they did was they would take these other ropes, they were called guy ropes, and they would go on either side of the cliffs, and they would meet in the middle to hold the cable steady in the center. And so every 50 feet, there would just be these ropes that would reach out to the main rope. But there was this expanse in the middle 50 feet where you simply couldn't have any of those ropes come to the center. So for 50 feet in the middle, you were on your own. And so in 1859, Charles Blondin decides that he's going to do this feat. He's going to walk across Niagara Falls. And 25,000 people gather to watch him fall to his death because nobody believes he can do it. And so if you want to show that very first slide, Chris, there's Charles Blondin. All he had was that rope and that pole and that amazing outfit. And he takes off and he goes across Niagara Falls. And he makes it. And the people just can't believe it. He is a sensation. He's a celebrity at this point. And every time he crosses Niagara Falls, he does some kind of amazing stunt. So he'll walk across, and then when he gets to the center, he has a glass of wine. Or he walks across and it said he had a steak dinner. Or he walked across and he took a picture. And if you can imagine, it's not like it is today. He doesn't have a cell phone or a selfie stick. He walks to the center and he's got that crazy camera on a tripod, and he's got to put that little curtain over his head, and he takes a picture. So he does all of these amazing stunts. One day, Charles Blondin goes over to Canada, and on his way back, he's pushing a wheelbarrow. And when he gets to the end, of course, everyone's cheering for him. Oh, wow, you're amazing. And Charles Blondin says, how many of you believe that I can push somebody from the United States to Canada in this wheelbarrow? And everybody's like, yeah, we believe it. We believe you, Charles. You know what? We believe you can do anything. And Charles says, who's getting in? It's crickets. Nobody wants to get in that wheelbarrow except for one guy. And that one guy is Harry Colcord. Harry Colcord is Charles Blondin's manager. And I don't know what the conversation was like on the way to this gig, but it was probably like, listen, Harry, I'm going to ask people to get in this wheelbarrow, and if nobody says yes, you can't leave me hanging, so you're going to have to do it. But Harry does it. He agrees to do this stunt. So the morning arrives, and Harry and Charles get ready to go on the tightrope to Canada. But Harry decides that he's not going to actually get into the wheelbarrow. He's going to get on Charles's back. And if you show the next slide, you could see them there. There's Harry on Charles's back, making their way across. But of course, they're going to get to this 50-foot expanse where they're on their own. And when they get to that spot, Charles says, "Harry, stop screaming." No, I'm just kidding. He's not, I don't know if he was screaming. I would imagine that if it were me, I would be screaming. But Harry says, "Charles, look up. From here on out, you and I are one mind, one body, and one soul. When I breathe, you breathe. When I move, you move. When I sway, you sway. From here on out, there is no more Charles and Harry. We are one, all the way to the end." And they make it. They make it all the way to Canada. They make it all the way back, and they're a sensation. And Charles actually ends up doing this stunt many more times until he finally retires in his 70s. Harry only did it that one time. I think he was good after that. But what I love about this story is when we are faced with a challenge, when we need to be brave, when we are crossing our Niagara Falls, I believe that that is how Spirit speaks to us, that we are one mind, one body, and one soul. And our Niagara Falls could show up in a myriad of ways, right? It could be that it's grief or a tragedy, something that is just, it's so hard that we're not even sure how we're going to get through it or if we will get through it. Or there could be a challenge. It could be in our family. It could be in our jobs. It could be some kind of situation where we are like, oh, this is so hard. I need help. Or it might not even be something that's very dramatic. It could be that we have this amazing idea, something we are so excited about, but this just seems like it's such an incredible task or such an incredible feat. We're not sure how we will pull it off, but we know it's a super cool, great idea, and we're excited about it. And when we're in those situations, here's what God does not say. Hop on my back. I'm going to carry you and your fear and your weakness all the way to the other side and drop you off. When we are faced with a challenge, when we are looking at our Niagara Falls and we are like this, God says, look up. Look up. You and I are one mind, one body, and one soul. When I breathe, you breathe. When I move, you move. What I know, you know. There is no separate me and you. You and I are one, all the way to the end. Be strong and courageous. Don't be discouraged, because wherever you are, God is. Never forget how powerful you are, and always remember that you wake up with the full force of the universe alive in you every day, just ready to be called forth at any time. 4 years ago, actually it's about 5 years ago now, I learned a lesson about what it meant to be strong and courageous. And at that time, I had a full-time job. I was a software developer in addition to being a songwriter. And what happened is my job and my songwriting career had gotten to the point where both of them were full-time jobs. And I wasn't going to be able to do both of them well. So one of them was going to have to go. And I knew that I was called to be a songwriter. I knew that there was actually a higher calling for the work that I wanted to do. And so I decided to quit my job, my full-time job in software, knowing that, at the time, I was 47 years old. And if I quit, I wouldn't be able to just get back into it. Technology moves so quickly that if I decided that songwriting or touring was not working for me anymore, I wasn't going to be able to just easily jump back into my old career. And so that was a leap of faith that I was going to have to take, and I really, really wanted to take it. I felt very sure that that was what I was called to do. But at the same time, I had just, met Christy, my wife, and we were very new in our relationship. And so I quit my job. I was going to be a full-time songwriter. Christy and I decided that we were going to not only begin our relationship, but we were going to move to Colorado and start a brand new life. And we were going to buy a house together out there. And we were going to get married. And I had a daughter who was just finishing high school and going to start college. And since Christy and I were moving, Madeline was going to have to move out of her childhood home and live on her own for the very first time. All of this was happening at the same time. It was a lot. And there were a lot of nights of wondering, which decisions were the best for everyone. And just a lot of sleepless nights of trying to make sure that whatever choices I were making were the best for everybody who was going to be, involved. So, gosh, just so much stuff. But what I realized is that when we are swirling around in our humanity, God is never swirling. When I breathe, you breathe. When I move, you move. What I know, you know. And whenever I feel like I'm in the weeds, Chris, if you want to show this next slide, I take a look at the photo of Christy and I at Disneyland on my very last day of work. Or I look at the photo of our house in Colorado on closing day. Or I watch the video of us at our wedding reception party when we invited all of our friends from California to come and meet our friends in Colorado. And they didn't know at that time that what they were stepping into was a wedding reception. And whenever I look at all of those pictures, what I see is God is smiling in every one of those pictures. Smiling, thumbs up, saying, I told you you would get there. I told you we would get there. We are not separate. We are one, all the way to the end. And so that's what I wanted to share with you today about this lesson about being strong and courageous and remembering that wherever you are, that's where God is, individually and as a community. Whether you are waiting for your new minister or you're trying to decide where your next center is going to be. When I breathe, you breathe. When I move, you move. You are strong and courageous. And so right now, I just want to invite you to follow me into meditation. And before we do that, as we get ready, I just want you to repeat our affirmation together. I am strong and courageous. Wherever I am, God is. I am strong and courageous. Wherever I am, God is. And now I just want to invite you to close your eyes. And take a deep breath and release it. Take a deep breath and release it. And right where you are, feel yourself supported by the chair that you're sitting in, by this floor beneath your feet, by the walls around you, by the sound of my voice that knows only good for you. And just take a moment and repeat to yourself, I am strong and courageous. Wherever God is, wherever I am, God is. Likewise, wherever God is, I am. And I want to invite you to think of somebody that you know that could really use those words. And hold their name in your heart. And just say, you are strong and courageous. Wherever you are, God is. Now we're going to take a quick glimpse back to a moment when you had to be strong, when you had to persevere, or figure something out, or be someone's rock. And it's not because we want to dwell in some hard place, but we think back to those times because I want you to just acknowledge your strength and your bravery. And as you flip through those moments when you were there for somebody, when you flip through those moments when you weren't sure how you were going to get through something, but you did it. I want you to store them like a photo, or hang on to them like a video, and imagine yourself putting them in your pocket so that you can call them up anytime that you need to be reminded of how strong you are. You are strong and courageous. Individually and as a group, as a community, you can get through whatever it is that you need to get through. You can figure out whatever you need to figure out for yourself and for your community as a group. You can do it. You're never stuck. You're never alone. The answers are always there. And we're going to spend just a little bit of time in the silence. Feel the words of love that Spirit is speaking to you, encouraging you. Right now, I'm going to invite my wife, Christy, to come and lead us out of meditation and prayer.
How good it is to come together as spiritual community. To know that right where I am, God is. To know that that very truth of each and every one of us is alive and well. And to recognize that the very gift of God to itself is us. So let us know this morning that the seed has indeed been planted, that the very truth of Centers for Spiritual Living St. George has been brought to life in a way that is more fully aware and awake than ever before. And so what I know is that church is not defined by a physical building. Spiritual community is not defined by its leader. It's defined by its people. And the love and the faith, the courage and the strength that is reciprocated and shared and known. And so what I know in this moment is that the blessing of this spiritual community is being sent forth and finding home in the heart of the most perfect leader who will be gifted with all of you. So together we can exhale in that truth, and we can exhale in that knowingness, and we can give thanks in that goodness of knowing that God, as us, as CSL St. George, as this faith-filled spiritual community and this blessed spiritual leader who is surely to find his or way to you now, is coming into being. And so with that, I know that today and this service and all of the goodness that comes forward from it and the very truth that backs this prayer that we speak together is absolutely done. And so we release it, we know it, and together we affirm, and so it is. Amen.
And with that, I just want to thank you all for having me with you today. It was just such a pleasure and such a blessing to be with you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Denise. Thank you. That was just incredible. Thank you for being so open and transparent. What a beautiful glimpse into your life, your heart, and your spirit. And what an incredible inspirational talk. My mouth was hanging open half the time, and I laughed. And I will take that look up with me as a powerful reminder of oneness. Thank you so much. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm on fire here a little bit. Let's go into some announcements and just talk about what's going on at CSL St. George. We have started a new book. We have had one meeting. We started this past week. This is a short book, so there's only four gatherings. So November 11th will be our last one, and a wonderful surprise, Reverend Michelle Madrano is going to join us for that last meeting. So we're thrilled about that. This is a short book. If you haven't gotten it, you still can join the club. It was intended to be a 3-hour read, so it's really very digestible but really packs a punch. So we'd love to have you join us for that. We are also getting together on Saturday, this Saturday, at the same location as last month, so at the soccer park in Washington Fields. And there's directions. You can Google those, or they're also on our public calendar. So please join us. We had so much fun last time. As always, we need your support. We are thriving here, keeping the lights on and getting amazing speakers and musicians like Denise. And you can use the QR code to send your tithes and offering. You can give by text or online at Breeze, or even send those snail mail checks. So all welcome. Thank you in advance for that. And we, in turn, want to support you, of course. So our community care circle is open. Our practitioners are standing by to help you with any prayer request. Just send us an email at prayer@CSL St. George, or leave us a message on our Google Voice phone. Love to hear from you. And today, the community conversation is at noon. As always, you can click on the link on our website. It actually says access meeting links, just like that little orange highlighted section. And the Zoom link is the same week to week. So we'll see you, that's about 5 minutes from now. And next week, we have a new face. Practitioner David Lemaster is joining us to bring a message. I'll meet you there. David is on the virtual practitioner team for CSL Home Office. And then, of course, our beloved Joe Kovac is going to be here the week after on November 7th for The View from Here. So let's bring everybody back in. We're going to close out together. Anita and Sue. There's our Chris and Denise. You want to, there we go. All right, Sue, get us going.
Wow, what a day. Please do our closing affirmation. Say it with us. Something wonderful is happening through us right now.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind, life is in my body, life is in all that I do.
I am it, I embrace it, and I share it.
Just the way that it is, and just the way that it is becoming. Thank you.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, everybody. What a wonderful service. Thank you again,
Amazing.
Denise. Bye, everybody. Signing off.
You guys, thank you.